Will now be recorded.
Okay, data-driven decision making means here whatever the data I have, using that I'll be able to build the visualization, which is by using the chart and graphs, by which I'll be able to analyze what is happening in the business. So if I'm talking about a raw data, any decisions I have to take, it is not going to happen. Why? Because building that report itself is going to take a lot of time. But the same report, if I'm putting it in the form of a data visualization, I can easily understand what is happening in my business, what are the areas that I need to concentrate, and how I can make my business development. In order to make this data driven decision, data need to be studied and analyzed to identify the factor that may influence the business to run. So what are the factors that are influencing in order to make the development in the business? By using the right KPIs. So KPIs are nothing but the key performance indicators and tools. So companies can overcome biases and make the best managerial rulings that are aligned with their strategies. Okay, so what and all the better things that they can do in order to improve their business. So those things and all they can concentrate. So when they have the clear picture about what is happening in their business. Okay. So powerful and fastest growing data visualization tool used in the BI industries. So in the business intelligence industries, so Tableau is one of the powerful tool which is growing very vast. Okay, so people are depending on it in order to make this wise data visualizations, everything. So this helps in simplifying the raw data in the format that's interactive and easily understandable. So just now I showed whatever the raw data I have, so which is shared in the form of the charts and graphs. I'm building the visualization. So easily I can analyze what is happening in my business. So helps in creating the data that can be understood by professionals at any level in an organization. So in order to work on Tableau, you don't need any specific skill or anything as such. If you know the basic skills, that is more than enough in order to work. And in an organization, any level of professionals can handle the Tableau. It doesn't require any technical or any kind of programming skills to operate. So here we are not working on any such kind of programming skills or anything as such. So here it requires only the basic Excel knowledge. So here whatever the functions and formulas we are going to write in the Excel, so the same things we are going to write in order to build the measures and parameters in order to analyze the data. So it is not mandatory that whatever I'm building, the formulas or functions are required. Okay, only with the basic table information whatever I have, I can build the visualization. Apart from it, some other information you are seeking, so where you have to analyze, then we are going to write this formulas using based on the Excel functions and formulas, where I'll be getting much more information related to that particular report, where I'm going to build the visualizations. So products of Tableau. So products of Tableau, if you see, we have desktop, we have Tableau server, Tableau reader, Tableau public, and Tableau cloud. Okay, so these are some of the products of Tableau. So first thing, desktop, let's see. So desktop, it has a rich feature set and allows you to code and customize the report. So whatever the visualization that we are going to build, so learning Tableau, it will be using Power Tableau desktop only, right from creating the charts, reports to blending them all together to form a dashboard. So here we are going to use the reports, we are going to use the charts. So which one as per my requirement, I'm going to select the chart, put in the information that is required, and I'm going to build the visualization. Okay, so this all those things I'll be doing it using the Tableau desktop. So Tableau desktop provides connectivity to data warehouses as well as other various types of files. So it is not only it supports with Excel, so it can be supported with different types of file formats also. So the workbooks and the dashboard created here can be either shared locally or publicly. So locally and publicly in the sense, so which I am going to share it along with my management, my clients, all those stuffs. Publicly means in the general public domains, I am going to share my insights. So that is Tableau public. Okay. So server, what is server is? So Tableau server, it is more of an enterprise level Tableau software. So the software is specially used to share the workbooks visualization that are created on the Tableau desktop application across the organization. So whatever the visualization that I have built using the desktop version, so that one I'm going to share the insight. Okay, so then I will be using this Tableau server. To share dashboards in Tableau server, you must first publish your work in the Tableau desktop. So before I share anything using the Tableau server, I should publish it in the Tableau desktop. Once the work has been uploaded to the server, it will be accessible only to the licensed users. So once the work is done from the server, if I am sharing the visualization, then it can be accessed only by the people who are having the licensed version of Tableau. Okay. So if they don't have this licensed version, then they will not be able to check in the insights. So this one, it is to the organization level. Okay. So this is when I'm working for any particular company or something, then I will be using this Tableau server. So clear about this? Guys, am I going too fast or something? Are you able to follow it?
Yes, ma'am.
So in case if you are finding that I'm going fast or anything, you can please tell me to reduce the speed or something. Okay. So
Okay,
next,
ma'am.
Tableau public. So it is a Tableau version specially built for the cost-effective users. By the word public, it means that the workbook created cannot be saved locally. In turn, it should be saved in Tableau public cloud, which can be viewed and accessed by anyone. So Tableau public is a general domain. Okay, it's a public domain. So server, it is limited only for the licensed users. Whoever has the authentication, the credentials, they only can access the visualization. Tableau public, it is a general domain where I'm going to share my visualization. Okay. In case any public domain or anywhere like YouTube or Instagram or anywhere other social networking platforms, I can share the insight where anybody can access it. Okay. So here there is no login credentials or anything as such. So for the general learning purpose or anything, anybody can view it. So that will be Tableau public. So Tableau cloud. So Tableau Online. So it is an online sharing tool of Tableau. Its functionalities are similar to Tableau server, but the data is stored on server hosted in the cloud, which are maintained by the Tableau group. Okay, so Tableau cloud means here I'm talking about the cloud servers. So if I don't have the licensed version in my desktop, okay, in my laptop or in my desktop, then I will be having the certain login credential using which I can get into the Tableau cloud where I can access the information, I can build in the visualization, I can share the insight to publicly or in the general domains anywhere. So this one, it can be accessed only online. Okay, so that is Tableau Online. So Tableau Reader. So Tableau Reader is a free tool which allows you to view the workbooks and visualization creating the Tableau desktop or Tableau public. So as I told, Tableau desktop, it is a platform where I'm going to build my visualization. Or Tableau public, it is a platform where I'm going to share my information, that is my visualizations or the reports, anything. So this one. So Tableau Reader is a free tool which will give you the access in order to get into the visualization and go through it. You can do it. So the data can be filtered, but editing and modification are restricted. So Tableau Reader means it will let you only to view the data. Okay, any type of data changes or any transformations or any editing you wanted to do, Tableau Reader will not allow you. So it will give you the access only to view the visualization. The security level is 0 in Tableau Reader, as anyone who gets the workbook can view it using the Tableau Reader. So here there is no login credentials or anything. Anybody who is getting the IDs, they can get into, they can read it. But as I told, no modifications or no editing will be allowed using the Tableau Reader. Okay. So these are the things what we came across. Just have a look in this. Any doubts you have, please let me know. So we came across the Tableau desktop. So I'm going to the next slide. Have a look. Any point you did not understand, please tell. I'll explain it once again.
Ma'am, can you please explain Tableau server once again?
Tableau server.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so Tableau server, it is more an enterprises level Tableau software. So Tableau server means it is based on the organization level. Say I am working for any company. So based on that company requirement, they are going to provide the license behalf of the company. Okay, so I am going to use that one. So the software is specially used to share the workbook visualization that are created in the Tableau desktop application across the organization. So it is limited only to that organization. Okay, any data that I have shared, it is not going to be it is not going to be sent to any public domain or anywhere. So to the organization level, I can share the data visualizations whatever I am building in order to show it to my management, my clients, my customers. So to the CEOs, board of directors, like this. Any visualization that I am going to build it, it is going to be set to display only to the organization level. Okay. So to share the dashboards of the Tableau server, so you must first publish your work in the Tableau desktop. So before I share it in the server, I have to publish that visualization in the desktop, and then I will be able to publish the work in the Tableau server. Okay. So once the work has been uploaded to the server, it will be accessible only to the licensed users. So licensed users in the sense in the organization level, as there are the other people in the management and all. So whoever has the license in order to view that visualization, only they can access, not everyone. Based on the login credentials, everything, they will be able to access the information, the inside whatever I have shared. Okay, so that will be limited only to the company level, that is organization level. Clear, ma?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
So let's move to the next slide. Tableau public, have a look. Any doubts, please tell. I hope this is clear. We are moving to the next slide. That is Tableau online. I'm moving to the next slide. Tableau reader. Okay, let's move to the next slide. So the founders. So who developed Tableau? So Tableau was invented by the three friends. So Mr. Chris Tottle, Christian Chabot, and Pat Hanneran. So these are the three people who developed Tableau. It was found in the year 2003 in Mountain View, California, and currently headquartered in Seattle, Washington. So Tableau has its own priority language called as BizQL, okay, similar to SQL, but most of the desktop code is written using the C++ language. So Tableau was acquired in the year in August 2019 by Salesforce. So Salesforce has renamed Tableau CRM to Salesforce CRM Analytics. So January 22nd, 2014. During January 22nd, 2014, Tableau was introduced in India. So as we know that Tableau was developed, so here the base platform that they use in order to work on Tableau is so in Excel. Okay, so as we discussed, so Excel is the prerequisite which we are going to use in order to build the Power Query. Any data transformation, anything that has to be done, it will be done using the Power Query, and whatever the calculated fields that we have, the creating the parameters and the measures, everything that will be done using the based on Excel functions and formulas. Okay, so before we get into proper Tableau, this one, let's understand a little bit more about Excel so that it will be helpful for us to work on Tableau. Okay, so here how many of you have the uh, have know about Excel? So anyone who has learnt Excel is having some idea about it?
We are learning, ma'am.
We are currently learning,
Okay,
ma'am.
okay, so you are attending the classes. Okay,
Yes,
fine. So okay, so that is very good. So for the other people, so let's understand what is Excel is, what are the basic functions and formulas, how it will be written. So what is pivot table is, what is Power Query is, so that based on these things we are going to work on Tableau as well. Okay. So now before we get into this, let's understand Excel. So MS Excel is an application software. Okay. Software which was developed by. Can you tell me which is the company that has developed MS Excel? So it is developed by Microsoft. Okay. All Excel workbooks, all Excel files are called as Excel workbook. We don't call it as file, we call it as workbook. So Excel, it is basically used for business purpose where we generally talk about calculation and related to accounts of business. Okay, so this MS Excel was developed by Microsoft company. It is an application software. Okay, so which comes in one of the component of MS Office. So Excel comes as a one of the component in MS Office, where MS Office contains with MS Word, PowerPoint, and Excel. Okay, so here we don't call this Excel file. So here we call it as Excel workbook. So basically, when we are talking about Excel, so it is meant to be like for the business purpose where we are going to do the set of calculation for the accounting purpose and all. So in Excel, we are going to understand the functions and formulas. Okay. So functions and formulas. So what are functions? What are functions in Excel? So functions are system defined or predefined. Okay, so system defined. What are functions? So functions are system defined or predefined. Means basically, as per the requirement of the user, the company has developed many different types of functions. Like what are those? So we have date and time function, text function, math function, logical function, statistical function, and financial functions, etc. Okay, so these are some of the functions that are inbuilt. Okay, so what are formulas then? So what are formulas in Excel? So formulas are user defined. So user defined means, so as per the requirement, the user. So I am the end user who is aware of all the different type of functions. So I am going to manipulate the functions without breaking the rule of the syntax. Okay. So there is a particular scenario for which I wanted an output. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to manipulate one or two functions or more than 2 to 3 functions. I'm going to manipulate it as per the requirement, and then I'm going to write a formula. Okay. So these are user defined. So formulas are user defined. So as per the requirement, the user is is going to manipulate the functions without breaking the rule, without breaking the rule of the syntax. So these are functions and formulas in Excel. So the extension for Excel files are Excel workbook is .xlsx. Okay, so this is the extension what we use. Okay, so now let's have a look at the uh, interface. Okay, screen interface of Excel. So here in the leftmost corner, you can see you have this quick access toolbar. So quick access toolbar means frequently any tools that you are using, you can set it up over here. So like how? So I'll click on the drop down. I'll go to more commands, and here you can see I have this calculate and filters. Two things I have. So along with this, say I'm frequently using email. So I'll select this email and click on add and click on OK. So now you can see this email is added to my quick access toolbar. So in order to remove any tools from here, I'll click on the drop down, go to more commands. So whichever tool I wanted to remove, say I wanted to remove this calculate now, I'll click on remove. I have the filters and email now. So you can see I have the filters and the email. So like this, you can add or remove the tools that are available. And then this is your title bar. So title bar, so is going to mention you the file name. Okay, so by default the Excel files, the Excel workbook has name to be book until unless I give a file name and save it. Once I save it with a file name, then whatever the name I have given, it is going to be mentioned in this title bar. Okay, so this is your title bar, and then we have the search option. So search option, it is used in order to search for any particular tool. Say I'm looking for data validation tool. Okay, so instead of searching it in the tab or anything, I'm just going to type it. I'm going to get this tool accessed. Okay, so that is search option, and then we have the close, we have the restore button, and then we have the minimize button. So this is about the top row, and then we have the menu bar. Menu bar consists of different types of tabs like File, Home, Insert, Draw, Page Layout, Formulas, Data, Review, View, Help. So individually those are called as tabs. Altogether it is called as menu bar. So beneath this we have the ribbon bar, so which is open horizontally. Here you can see. So where my cursor is moving around, so that is my ribbon bar. So by default you will be able to see the home ribbon. Okay. So when I come to insert, the ribbon keeps getting changed. Draw, page layout, formulas, data, review, view, and help. So these are the different ribbons that are available for individual tabs. And ribbon consists of three things inside it. So the first one is group. So clipboard, font, alignment, number, styles, cells, editing. So these are the groups, and individually inside these groups we have the tools or commands inside it. For example, when I look at the font group, I have the font style, font size, grow font, shrink font, bold, italic, underline, so borders, cell color, text color, all those things I have. So these are tools or commands. Individually we call it as tools, or we can even call it as commands. And then we have the dialog launcher, the small button what we have, this is called as dialog launcher. So what is this dialog launcher means? So in this font group, you can see there are set of tools already there. So when I click on this dialog launcher, whatever the tools that is being displayed under the font group will be shown a little bit elaboratedly. That is a little bit detailedly, you will be able to see this. Okay. So this is about the dialog launcher, and this dialog launcher is available only in the limited groups. It is not available in all the groups. As you can see, under the home tab, I have the dialog launcher under clipboard, font, alignment, number. When I come to insert tab, I have the dialog launcher only in the charts. When I come to draw page layout, I have the dialog launcher in page setup, scale to fit, sheet option. When I come to formulas, nowhere I have the dialog launcher. So this shows that dialog launcher will be available only in the limited tools. So in the limited groups, I will not be able to see this dialog launcher in all the groups. Okay. So this top row contains with quick access toolbar, title bar, search option, close, restore, minimize. Then we have the menu bar. Menu bar consists of different types of tabs, and individual tab contains ribbon. Ribbon consists of three things in it. First one is group, then we have the tools or commands, and then we have the dialog launcher. So till here it is clear. Type in 1 if it is clear till this. So type in 1 if you are clear till whatever I have explained. Okay. So let's move to the next one. So here we have the name box. Okay. So as I take the cursor here, you can see the name box is showing. So what is this name box is means? Here name box is going to tell you where is your active cell is. Okay. So active cell means, before we get into that, let's understand the work area. So here the small boxes, what do you see? So put together. So it is called as tabulation. Okay. So the work area, it is in the form of tabulation. What is tabulation? Which is organized in the form of rows and in the form of columns. And here in Excel, the rows are identified by numbers and columns are identified by alphabets. Okay. So here you can see, as I open a new workbook or a new worksheet, anything, one thick highlighted border cell we can see. So that is your active cell, and by default it will be in A column, first row. Okay, name box is going to tell me where is my active cell is. So now when I click somewhere on this sheet, so it is now in I12. So if I click somewhere, my active cell is in F column, 9th row. So now my active cell is in N column, 7th row. So here how I am going to identify the intersection of the column and the row. So the meeting point is called as an active cell, and that active cell address will be displayed in the name box. And then we have the formula bar. So formula bar, whatever the data I enter in Excel, that can be entered only in the active cell. So see like this. And whatever the data I enter in the active cell, it will be reflected in the formula bar. So nowhere else I can enter, and whatever I enter in the active cell that will be displayed in the formula bar. Okay, so generally Excel allows you to enter any type of data. Say let it be text, it can be numbers, it can be special characters, anything. So whatever I enter, I can see it in the formula bar as well, like this. Okay. So now if I type in anything equals NICT. So equals NICT means the same thing is reflected in the formula bar. So now as I press enter, now you can see it is showing something has hashtag name question mark. So what is this hashtag name question mark? Here in the formula bar, whatever I typed in, so that I am able to see, but in the work area, it is showing something else. So what is this means? It is an error. Okay, so why am I getting error means any data that you start directly without an equal sign, Excel consider that as a raw data. Okay, so whatever you type in, it is going to display. But the same thing if you are commencing with an equal sign, then Excel considers that the user is going to ask me a question which can be in the form of a function, it can be in the form of a formula, or it can be any basic calculation for which I need to give an output. So now when I told equals NICT means NICT is not any calculation, NICT is not a function, NICT is not a formula, which it couldn't analyze what it is, and it, as you can see, it is equal NICT, so it is understanding that it is a text, that is a name based error. Okay, so now in order to understand it much better, 99 divided by some empty cell. So here my data is incomplete. So when I'm going to get an error, generally in terms of computer, when my input data it is incomplete or incorrect, then the computer is going to pop up with an error. So in Excel also we come across various different types of errors. The same thing, whenever my input data, whatever the data I feed in, if it is incorrect or incomplete, then I'm going to get an error. Now my question is incomplete. I'm telling 99 has to be divided by the cell N20, so which contains value, but basically here there is no value, so it is telling it is a divisional error. So why? Because here you can see hashtag div forward slash 0, so that means division has to be done, but with 0 it doesn't make any sense, so it is telling it's an error. So if I tell equals 2 plus 2, so the same question is raised here in the formula bar also, you can see, but when I press enter in the work area, Excel is going to tell me the output. Okay, so 2 plus 2, what is the output? 4. So in the work area, it is going to display me the answer, and in the formula bar, it is going to tell me what is the question that you have raised. Okay, so here you must have understood this about the name box, about the formula bar, and about the work area. Please type in 2 if it is clear. Okay. So now I wanted to see how many number of rows and columns are there. So from the A1 cell, I'll press Control and down arrow. I have 10,48,576 rows. So I wanted to come back to the first cell. I'll press Control and up arrow where I come back to A1 cell. I wanted to know how many number of columns are there. Control and right arrow. So the last column 16,384 column, that is XFD is the last column address. So I have reached there. Now I wanted to come back to A1 cell. Control and left arrow. I come back to A1 cell. Okay. So this is about the work area. So now then I have the vertical scroll which will move from top to bottom, and then we have the horizontal scroll which will move from left to right, and here I have the sheet layout from 2016 version onwards. So I am availed with only one sheet. Okay, before 2016 there were three sheets. Actively there were three sheets: sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3. From 2016 onwards, Microsoft company has allowed me to access only one sheet. Okay, so as I open a new workbook, if I wanted to add the sheets, I can click on this plus and I can keep on adding the sheets. So maximum how many number of sheets I can add in an workbook means maximum 255 sheets as per the storage capacity of your system. Okay, so the normal storage capacity whatever is available, based on that 255 sheets I can add. So if your storage capacity is more, you can exceed more than 255 sheets. Okay, so this is your sheet layout. and beneath this you have the status bar. I take my cursor here, right click. So here you can see the status bar. So there are certain things where the Excel will not wait for the user to define. It is going to perform on its own. So here are the things which it is going to work on its own. And there are certain things which you can turn on and off based on the requirement. So this is the status bar. And then we have the different types of views over here. So we have the normal view, we have the page layout view, and then we have the page break view, and then we have the zoom bar. So zoom bar, it is used to increase and decrease the work area. So when I click on the zoom, you can see only the work area size is getting increased and decreased. So none of the other screen components I'm able to increase or decrease with the size. Okay. So this is about the screen interface. Have a look at this. Any doubts, please tell. Okay, type in 3 if this is clear. The screen interface is clear, means type in 3. Okay. So the default file name for Excel is book 1. So the top row contains quick access toolbar, title bar, search option, close, restore, and minimize. Then we have the menu bar. Menu bar consists of different tabs like home, sorry, file, home, insert, page layout, draw, formulas, review, view, and help. So these are the tabs what we have. So individual tabs contain ribbon. So ribbon consists of three components. Basically it is groups, tools, tools or commands, and then dialog launcher. So then we have the name box, then we have the formula bar, the work area consists of cells which are in tabulation format. So here rows are identified by numbers and columns are identified by alphabets. So total number of rows, we have 10,48,576 rows. Total number of columns, we have 16,384 column. So the last column is XFD. Then we have the vertical scroll and horizontal scroll we had. Then we have the sheet layout, so which contains one sheet by default from 2016 version onwards. Before that, we had actively 3 sheets in the sheet layout. We can add the sheets by clicking on plus on the plus sign. Maximum we can add 255 sheets as per the storage capacity. Guys, mute please. Any capacity of a computer. Okay, I'll be sharing this notes on the group so that you can revise it for your exams. Okay. Then we had the status bar. So we have the status bar. Then we had so status bar, then different types of views. And zoom bar. So this is about the screen interface of MS Excel. Let me save this. Guys, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I hope you people are able to follow it. So any doubts in this? I'll be sharing you the notes. So related to the Tableau, whatever the explanation I had given, and about the notes, the screen interface, whatever I have explained, I'll share you both the things. Clear till here, right? Okay, so let's understand few concepts. Okay, so that are the basic tools what we are going to learn. So uh, about the formatting. Okay, so let me type in some data over here. So I have typed in some data. Now, if I wanted to cut, I'm going to use the Control X as the shortcut key, or directly I can click on this cut, where you can see the moving lines. So here the data is captured and is ready to cut and paste the information. Now, wherever I wanted to paste, I'm going to first select the cell and then press Control V to paste. So cut, what does it do? It will move the content from one location to another location. Say I wanted to copy. So here I can click on copy. Now also you can see the moving lines. I wanted to copy it to the other location over here. So selected cell, I'll click on paste. So here copy, it is going to duplicate the value from one location to another location. Okay. So this is about the cut, copy, paste. Format painter, we will understand in a few while. So why am I talking about the formatting? So these are the basic things what we will be including in the visualization in Tableau. Okay. So here I wanted to format the data. So first let me select the data which I wanted to format. I'll select it, and from here you can see the default font style is Calibri. I'll click on and I will change to the different types of this one styles are available. Let me select one. I've selected one particular style and I wanted to increase with the size. So let me increase with the size. So point wise, if I wanted to increase the size of the data, so I can click on this and add. So this is grow font. So point wise, it is going to increase the size. This is shrink font, which is going to decrease the size of the text. Then if I wanted to make it bold, italic, if I wanted underline, so two types of underline can be done. So let me click on double underline, and then I have this border thing. So I wanted to apply the border. So this is just the selection. When I come elsewhere, you can see there is no borders applied. I wanted to apply with the border. I'll select the content. I'll click here and let me say top border. When I click on top border, you can see only in the top I have the border. Now if I wanted to have the border on all the four sides, I'll click on all borders. So on all the four sides, I get the border. Now then I wanted to apply with the color. So fill the color inside. So let me select. So now you can see I have applied, I have filled the color inside the cell. Now I wanted to change the uh, color of my data. I'll click here. Let me select blue color. So now you can see that I have applied the color of to my data also. Okay, so let me copy this to different places. Okay, now here you can see on this particular data, I have applied different types of formatting tools like font style, I have put size, I have increased bold, italic, underline, border, cell color, text color, all those things I have applied. Now I wanted to apply the same tools to the other data. Okay, so now what I have to do is, first, I need to select the cell which is already applied with the formatting, and here you have the format painter. I'll select this once so you can see this brush along with my cursor. I'll take the cursor on which particular data I wanted to apply the format. I'll just click on it. So if I click once I can apply the format painter only once. So if I double click on it, I can apply it multiple times, including the empty cells as well. So like this. So now when I enter, so in order to remove this, I'll press escape. Now when I enter some data, say Sam, or if I wanted to enter some numbers, or if I wanted to enter some special characters, I can do it. So the same formatting will be applied. So this is about the formatting tools. So type in 4 if you people are clear with this formatting tools. Guys, are you people able to follow it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So now in order to clear this formatting, let me select the range. Okay. So selection, it can be, so in Excel, the selection can be happening on the rows, on the columns, or on the selected range. Okay. So now say I wanted to clear the format over here. So let me select the range, and here under the home tab, I have the clear option. I'll just come here and click on clear formats. So formatting will be completely removed. Okay. So the this one Excel refresher also I'll be sharing. So which where we are going to learn with some basic tools and Excel functions and formulas which we are going to use it in Tableau as well. Okay. So that one by tomorrow I'll be sharing it in the group. So along with me, you people also can try. I'll give you first I will solve it. So I'll give you sufficient time in order to try it. So once it is clear, we will move to the next concept like that. Okay. So for this, as I told, we need the concise knowledge about Excel. So about the what are functions are, what are formulas are, what is pivot table is. So what are the different types of charts we have, how to build a visualization in Excel, what is Power Query is. So this are the some of the concept which we have to learn. So once we are aware of those things and all, then we can proceed further to Tableau. So based on this informations only, we are going to do the visualization in Tableau. So that will be easy. So when you understand the functions and formulas in Excel, you will be able to build in the calculated fields using this Excel functions and formulas only. Okay. So now in order to clear this data, so let me select this, and from the home tab, I'll go to this clear option and I'll click on clear all. So everything gets cleared. Clear about this? Okay, so in the meantime, so there is another 10 minutes. We'll understand the concept of conditional formatting. Okay, so let me say days, sales, and date. So I'm just creating a simple data. Okay, now conditional formatting means here using the font group, you understood how to apply with basic formatting and all. So conditional formatting means based on certain conditions, I'm going to apply the formatting. Okay, so here I have given the table, small simple table I have given. Okay, so now I wanted to apply, understand what is this conditional formatting is. So in this one also, Tableau also will be coming across with some conditional formatting. So for that, for you to get some idea about what it is, we'll understand this in Excel first. So let me select the range on which I wanted to apply the conditional formatting. I'll select this, go to conditional formatting, highlight cell rules. Say I'm looking for the greater than value. So greater than value, Excel by default, it is taking some value and it is applying the formatting. Say I wanted to check the values that is greater than 100, or let me say greater than 120, or let me say greater than 125. So like this. Or let me say if I wanted to check any value that is greater than 80, greater than 50. So like this, as I set the condition, Excel is going to apply with this conditional formatting. So next, let me check it out with less than value. So less than, if I say less than 50, any values are there, or let me say less than 100. If there is any values, it is going to set the rule. So conditional formatting between value. So if I am looking for any value, say I am looking for between 125 to 160. So I get the value. So if I wanted to check any values between 25 to 100. So when I set the condition, it is going to perform. So next, if I want them to look for, so equal to any particular value that I am searching for. So let me say 35, let me say 78, let me say 12. So if it is not there, it is not going to highlight. So if the value is available, it is going to highlight and say. So 55, the value is not there. So if I'm searching for any particular value, I can use this. Now if I'm looking for the text-based data, conditional formatting, let me go to conditional formatting. So text containing. So by default, it is taking Sunday. Let me say if there is Monday, let me say if there is Friday, or let me tell, so the data which contains T inside it. So like this text-based data also I can apply the formatting for the date. So date, conditional formatting, date occurring. So yesterday's date if it is there, or today's date I have. So any today's date is there, I can apply the formatting. So if it is like this month, I'm looking for any values that is belonging to this month, or last month I'm looking for any value that is related to the last month. So like this I can check for the values. So let me say today's date, one date, let me enter. Let me select the range. So date occurring. So today's date, if I say, if there is today's date, it is going to highlight and tell. So if this is last month, so last month I don't have. This month values, yes, I have this month. So like this, based on the date also, I can apply the conditional formatting. So if I have any duplicate values, let me select the range, conditional formatting. So duplicate values. So if there is any duplicate values, so Excel is going to highlight and show. If it is unique values that I'm looking for, so then I can see the unique values that is highlighted. Okay, so like this I can apply the conditional formattings. Then, so let me select the range. So next is top bottom rule. Say if I wanted to search for top 10 items. Top 10 items, everything is getting highlighted. Now let me say I wanted to check out for top 5. Top 5, top 3, top 2, top 1. So in Tableau also, we will understand this concept, how to bring in this top 3, top 4, top 5 and all. So top 10 items, in this I can check it out the top 5, top 3, top 2, top 1. Now if I wanted to check out for top 10%, that is the directly Excel is going to highlight the highest value. Top 10%, it is going to show me the highest value. So if I go for bottom 10, so everything is getting highlighted. Now I wanted to see for bottom 5, bottom 3, bottom 2, bottom 1. So if I'm looking for the least value, bottom 10%, so Excel is going to tell me the least value over here. Then we have above the average. So now here you can see in the status bar, I told there are certain things where Excel will not wait for the user to define. I have just selected the range, and here you can see Excel is telling me what is the sum, what is the count, and what is the average is. So it is automatically doing this calculations everything. So now if I tell I am looking for the above the average, so average is 77.7. So if I wanted to highlight the values which are above the average, greater than 77, so these three values. Now if I wanted to highlight the values that are less than 77, below the average, so below the average, whatever values are there, it is going to highlight. Now if I wanted to highlight data bars, if I wanted to apply the data bars, so I'm going to take this. So now you can see there are two types of data bars. One is gradient fill and solid fill. Gradient fill means from darker to lighter shade. So the entire selected range is highlighted, but the highest value is completely, that particular cell is completely highlighted. So the least value, that is 23, you can see partially it is highlighted. So like this, from darker to lighter shade is the gradient fill. So solid fill means you can see the solid color completely, it is highlighting the particular cells. Now if I wanted to apply with data scales, so the highest values are in green color. So above the average it is in pale yellow, below the average is in pink color. So likewise when I take the colors, so it is going to highlight the values like this. So then we have the icon sets. So when I wanted to go with the directional, gray color directional, I wanted to go with the shapes, signals, indicators, check-ins, ratings. So like this, I can apply with different types of icon sets. Okay. So this is about the conditional formatting. So highlight cell rules. So type in 5 if you people are clear with this. So then we did with top bottom rules. Then we worked on data bars. So have a look, any concept in this you did not understand, any option you did not understand, please tell, I will explain it once again. Then we have the color scale, we did with color scales. Then icon sets. Guys, in this conditional formatting, whatever I explained, everything is clear. Guys, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
So conditional formatting, we have done with all those things. Okay, guys, today we understood the concept of, so I gave an introduction about what is Tableau is. So theoretically, verbally, I have explained you. So once we start working on Tableau, then you will be able to understand what it is, whatever I was trying to explain you. Then we saw what is Excel is. Why? Because this, that is the prerequisite which we are going to work on. Okay, so Excel is the platform which will be helpful in order to build the visualizations in Tableau. Then we looked at the screen interface, so the various components that are available in on Excel. So then we did with the font group. We understood how this basic formatting will be applied in Excel, and then we understood what is conditional formatting is. So normal format. So without any rule or anything, just as per my requirement, I'm going to apply the format. Conditional formatting means based on certain conditions, how to apply with the formatting. So this many things we have covered it. So the Tableau notes and this one Excel notes, whatever I have typed in. So I'll be sharing it to you. By tomorrow, I'll be sharing the Excel refresher also, the basic components, whatever we are going to use it in Tableau, so that it will be clear. You won't find that difficulty in order to work on it. Okay, so today, whatever we have done with these things, everything is clear means type in 6.